then 4, then there is a bending, number 5, and number 6. The length and name of the branches you can see this is given as BA, branch number B, then C, then this two are D, and E, F, and G. The opening of individual branch and its flow rate is given to you. That is that you can find out based on the requirement what ton capacity, how much amount of flow should be there. So this is given as 0.75 meter cube per second, 0.75 meter cube per second. These all are equal. This is again 0.75 and this is again 0.75. This side it is 0.5 meter cube per second of flow rate, and this is 0.5 meter cube per second with a branch number E, F and G. Now what are the things which is known to you in this data? Determine the size of duct A to G of a duct system shown in figure and find out the total pressure fan outlet in these conditions using the equal friction method, using static regain method, and the combination of both. You can assume that main duct velocity, the velocity of A, let us say CA, is given as 450 meter per minute is the velocity of duct A. That will be equivalent to 1500 feet per minute, and the dynamic loss coefficient K is 0.22. This is called as dynamic loss coefficient. What is this? You may have studied in fluid mechanics also. And static regain factors for fittings equal to R equal to 0.75. Means the loss, this is the regain. So what is the loss here? Loss will be 1 minus R, that will be equal to 1 minus 0.75. This is the loss of the pressure due to fittings. Also, the data is given the static pressure at each outlet should be maintained at 3 mm of water. Static pressure at each outlet is equal to 3 mm of water. See, this value can be taken from the data book for different application. What should be the static pressure? In this design condition, these are the data which given. Some places you will find, in some cases, rather most of the cases, this data will not be known to you. This data you have to find out based on the the chart or table which is being selected, that what is the maximum allowable speed, the velocity of air with respect to the noise level. As we have discussed, the 20.7 table number is used to select this one. Since this data is given, well and good. If not given, then refer the table to select this value. Okay. Now now we'll do the calculation for this. So let us, in this condition we are assuming 450 of 450 meter per minute. So let us solve this. We'll first find out the diameter, area, and frictional flow rate, also the dynamic pressure. For condition A, let us talk about the main branch. Okay, sorry. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
So we'll talk first about the main branch. We'll start with the main branch. Main branch will be the first branch always. So A. So we are having the value of CA here. CA is given as 450 meter per minute. So divide by 60, you will get in meter per second, and that will be coming 7.5 meter per second is the velocity in the main branch. What is the volume flow rate at point A? How much it will be? It will be equal to zero point 0.5 plus zero point 0.5 plus 0.75 plus 0.75 plus 0.75, means it will be 4 meter cube per second, because whatever the distributions are there has to be passed from A. So summation of all this will give the flow rate. Then find out the area required, area of cross section area of A, taking or considering the circular cross section area over here. So what you will get, that will be equal to QV, that A divided by the velocity A from the continuity equation. Using this, you will get the area will be equal to 0.5333 meter square, right? If this is the area, you find out the equivalent diameter of this with respect to this. So dA you can find out, that will be equal to under root of 4a divided by pi, and this will give you 82.4 centimeter or 0.824 meter, right? Basically it will be 0.824, is better to write meter, 824 meter. So these data is known now for the first branch. Now, if you are using the equal friction method, you have to calculate what is the friction losses delta PFL divided by the per meter length losses. That will be equal to, you can see the correlations are given here, that 0.002268, the value of Q volumetric flow rate raised to power 1.852. You can use this correlation given in your textbook, divided by the diameter raised to power 4.973, and this unit will be in mm of water directly. So now using this, you have the value of QB at A and DA. So refer this value and you can find out the value of pressure losses per meter length, that will be equal to 0.0074 mm of water column. This is the delta PF divided by per meter length of losses for A basically. And these will be equal for throughout the system. Now, what is the dynamic losses over here? PVA, velocity losses over here, that will be equal to C by 4.04. This relation is again given to you in your textbook is square. So if you are talking about PVA, that will be CA now. So CA is given to you is here 7.5 meters per second and 4.04 here. You take the square of this, you will get the value equal to 3.45 mm of water. This is the dynamic losses. Earlier was the static losses, frictional, and this is dynamic losses. Right? Now this all data we got from for section A. Right? Now we will prepare a table for finding the same data for all the branches including A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let us prepare the table over here. Section, and we will first find out what is the volume flow rate. We'll find out length of the branch. We'll find out the diameter. Then we'll find out the dynamic pressure losses. Right? Talk about the section A, section B, section C, D, E, F, and G for all sections. For first section we have already done. The volume flow rate was 4, length was 12, and this we got 82.4 centimeter. Let us take it centimeter here. This is in meter here. This is in meter cube per second here. That can be changed as per your requirement, and this is for H2O column, mm of H2O. And this value we got as 3.45. Now with reference to this value, let us find out for B section. B section, the length is given as 11 meter, right? And what about the QB here? The volume flow rate, that will be how much? That will calculate from here. For B section, this is passing. So earlier it was 4. Out of 4, this 0.5 and 0.5 has been left. So A diverted in this section. So rest is 3. So total volume flow rate at this condition will be 3 here. So this is also known. Now calculate the value of diameter here. So diameter, how you will calculate? We'll assume that delta P of friction per meter will be equal to constant, that is given as 0.0774 here, and that will be equal to again use the same formula, the same formula which we have used here, that was 0.002268 QB raised to power 1.852 divided by the diameter of B raised to power 4.973. Use this relation. We are having this value, we are having this value, we have only one unknown. You can find out the value of dB here. So here the value of dB what we are getting is 73.3 in this case, 73.7 centimeter. So you'll fill this 73.7 centimeter. Once diameter is known to you, you can find out the value of area. So you can find out the value of AB here using pi by 4 d square. And then finally you will find out the value of CB, that will be equal to the value of QB divided by area. You will get the value of C. And once you got the value of C here, then using this value of C, this value can be calculated. Then using this value of C, you find out the value of PVB. And this PVB is equal to 4.04 divided by C divided by 4.04 and raised to power 2. So CB is known to you. You can find out the value of PVB, and that is coming 2.98 here. Is there any doubt up to this? Yes?
No, sir.
So finding this, so we are having size of section A and section B. Now we go for third one. The similar manner like B, we'll do the same analysis and we'll find 2.25 here. This is 5 centimeter as we have seen, 5 meter. This is 66 we'll get by calculation. Then we'll get 2.65 here by calculation. Again for this section, we'll get 1.5 here. The section size was 4 meter. We'll get 57 here, and we'll get 2.12 here. Going for E, the value will be 0.75 here, and 5. This is 45. We'll calculate. Then we'll calculate here is 1.49. Similarly for G, F, it is 1. It is 3. It's 49 and 1.72. And here for G, it is zero point 0.5. This is 5 meter. Oh, sorry, 5 meter of the length. For G section length is 3, no, not 5. Okay, it should be 3. And for D section is 4. Yeah, this is 3 again. 3 meter. Then this is value of 31, and this is 2.69. So this table will be completed. Out of this table, we could able to find out the size, that is the diameter of the pipe. We got the diameter of the pipe. Am I clear? So this sizing is done here by using this technique. So one by one we can calculate and find out the size of duct is in terms of diameter. Length is already known to you. So the size of duct as diameter we can find out. So can you prepare this table? I think you should not face any problem for preparing this table, because this is very simple method. We have to use the some set of equations only, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the another important thing is you have to find out the value of total power requirement or the total pressure drop across the fan, which has to be compensated by using power. So now here we'll find out the total pressure drop, right? So the next step is finding the total pressure drop across the fan. This is given as delta P of total, right? So now if you are going for delta P of total, what are the possible pressure drops here? The first and important and dominating pressure drop, as we have discussed, is frictional pressure drop total. We have already calculated the frictional pressure drop with respect to length, but total, so you have to multiply by the length, right? So multiplied by the length. What is the value of L here for this condition? This will be the longest duct run. This is the longest duct run, and this value for this particular condition is taken as, you can see, the longest duct run is A to E. So whichsoever is the highest value, suppose we are having this length is very high from this point to this point. So if this value will take, A is 12 meter, this is 11 meter, this is 5 meter, this is 2 and 2, and this is I think 5 meter. So now 12 plus 11 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5, this is coming 37 meter, and this side is only 3 meter. So we will not take the short duct run, we will take the long duct run over here. So total length of this L will be taken as 37 meter for the calculation. Now what will be the maximum frictional pressure loss that we have to consider? That will be equal to 0.0774 multiplied by 37, and this will be equal to 2.864 mm of water column. So this is the pressure drop due to friction from the longest duct run of A to E, right? So longest duct run हमने क्या लिया यहाँ पे? A to E. Now you have to find out the dynamic pressure drop. Dynamic pressure, and this dynamic pressure drop will be coming with respect to fittings. So if you are going for A to B, there is a fitting, so we will have to see this will be equal to 1 minus R into the fitting. So it will be PV1 minus PVA minus PVB. This will be the loss of pressure drop due to fitting. between A to B. So it is given as 1 minus 0.75 is given to you, and this value is 3.45 we got from the table, and this is 2.8. So we'll get the value equal to 0.118 here, and this will be again of water. Similarly, you'll find out the value of fitting pressure losses between B to C, C to D, and D to E. Is there any problem? So fittings D to E. And apart from that, you have to take the elbow losses also. And this elbow is coming at point D. And this will be equal to 0.083 according to this question. This will be equal to 0.133 here, 0.133 here. This will be equal to 0.158, and this will be equal to the value of K and PV at state number D, point number D. And this will be coming as 0.22 dynamic loss coefficient multiplied by 2.12. Elbow loss you might have studied in fluid dynamics and fluid mechanics also. So this is coming 0.466 of water, right? So these are the sets of dynamic losses over here. Now, one losses is this, another losses is summation of all this, summation of delta P here, and this is coming 0.958. So this is one the dynamic losses. Apart from that, we will have to maintain, the static pressure of 3 mm. So always the static pressure at state number E, that has to be maintained. So static pressure at 3, at point 3, and that will be equal to 3 of water, right? And what is the dynamic pressure losses at the exit? So the dynamic pressure or velocity pressure at E, outlet of E, that is can be calculated as 1.49 of water. This is already calculated over here at point E. This is the final exit. So these are the two other component has to be added. So total pressure loss delta P total, that will be equal to delta P of friction plus delta P of dynamic losses plus SP at state number E plus SP at state number, VP is the velocity pressure at state number E, and plus, yeah, that's all, right? So out of these you will get the value of 2.864 plus this we got 0.958 plus this we got as 1.3 plus this is 1.49, and total we are getting is 8.312 of water. This is the total pressure losses has to be compensated by the fan. Am I clear? How you will convert this in terms of power? How you will convert this in terms of power? The power requirement or W, that will be equal to the volumetric flow rate from the main fan divided by delta PT divided by the efficiency of the fan. This is the power requirement. Okay, this you can find out. Now this is the first part. If you are using this is we have used the equal friction method. The same thing if you will use, same thing you will use for static Regan method. Static Regan method. How you will solve the same thing by using a static Regan method. In static Regan method also, the section A will be same as equal friction method. So first part आपको वही solve करना है. So what we got from the previous one, the value of dA was 0.824 meter or 82.4 centimeter for this case. Now the value of PV for section A was 3.45 mm of water. These two data we have already calculated from the previous one. Now for using static Regan method will start the sample calculation for B. Section B. Section B, from section B onward will start the static Regan method. So what we will do, we have to assume the value of diameter dB which should be less than this value. Let us it is having 82.4. Let us assume as for this particular question we'll take 0.78 meter or 78 centimeter. Once we'll assume this value, and we'll try to calculate the other parameters. Other parameters like you are having the value of area, so आप area find कर सकते हो pi by 4d square. Then once we have this one, then we have the value of QB known to you. So you can find out the value of CB here. This you can find out. So CB is known, then you can find out the value of PVB also. So this much you can find out using this. So diameter of B we have assumed, this we have assumed. The value of AB you can calculate using the diameter. QB is known to you because the flow rate is known to you. If QB in area is known to you, you can calculate the value of the velocity. And then once the velocity is known to you, you can find out the value of PV at state number B or the section B. Correct? Then once it is done, then the value of the fitting losses, delta P of fitting in that particular section will be equal to A and B is another losses, and that will be taken as similar to the previous one, that is 1 minus R to PVA minus PVB. That has to be considered, and this is coming as for this calculation is 0.258 mm of water. Once this is done, then we'll find out the value of delta P due to friction per unit length. That will be equal to again 0.002268 QVB raised to power 1.852 divided by the diameter at B raised to power 4.973. This value of LB is known to you, that is 11 meter. So if 11 meter is known, you use this value and you can find out the value of delta PF state number B. So that value is coming around 0.781. Correct? So what is the total pressure losses that you can calculate now? Right? So total delta PL that will be equal to this value of static 0.258 plus 0.781, and this is coming 1.039 mm of water. So these pressure losses of 1.039 mm of water is the total loss. Now we will check how much we are regaining by changing the diameter. So the pressure regain, this is the pressure loss. So pressure regain over here, that will be equal to R into PVA minus PVB. So this we can calculate, that is coming 0.774 here. And if you will check the value of delta P regain and compare with the delta P of losses, if the value of regain is less than the losses, this is not acceptable. In this case, we are getting the losses is higher than the regain value. Then we have to change the diameter and we'll try to increase the regain. So changing the diameter means what? If we'll increase the diameter, right? If we'll increase the diameter, what happened? The friction losses is going to reduce, the first point. And if it is so, then at the same time, the velocity is also going to reduce because we are increasing the diameter. We'll again check it for the higher value of this diameter. So if it is less than this one, we'll try to increase the diameter. So we'll change the diameter with higher value. So now dB will be taken as, let us see, 0.8, 0.78 की जगह हम 0.8 मीटर लेते हैं. We'll repeat the procedure. And we'll again find out delta PL, and this is coming in this condition is 0.895 meter mm of water, and delta P of regain in this condition is coming 0.948. Now you can see in this case delta PR is greater than the value of delta PL. So we will repeat the procedure till will not satisfy this condition. Once we'll satisfy this condition, we'll fix the value. Okay, we can go ahead. But there may be possibility also that the value is not significant. A value should not be significantly higher. Like for an example, instead of 0.8, if you are taking 0.815, this also satisfies the same criteria. But unnecessary, we are increasing the diameter. So we'll try to again reduce the diameter and try to find out these values should be just higher than this value. Static regain value should be just higher than the value of losses. It should not, the difference of these two should not be much higher. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once this is done, then we'll prepare again the same table what we had done earlier also. You will find this will be somehow iterative kind of process. So we'll prepare the pay table again for the calculation of diameter, in centimeter, then the value of PV here, then the value of delta PL here, value of delta PR here. Again, right? These are mm of water. For section A, for section B, for section C, D, E, F, and G. All the sections. If we go for the first one, this is already done because 82. This is from the equal friction method as similar to that, and 3.45. For second case, we have assumed 80, and taking 80, we got the value of PV will be equal to 2.185. Then the value of delta PL was 0.895 here and 0.948 here. Not much difference. Third case, we'll assume the value of 72 and we'll get the value of this is equal to 0.873, and this value is 0.13 here and this value is 0.234 here. For this case, we'll assume 67. For this case, we'll assume 52. This is 48 and this is 39. This I am saying assume means what? Not necessarily this will be the exact value. You will be getting this one by 2 or 3 iterations also, right? So here it is 1.11, 1.11, then 0.765, then 1.873, then 1.074. These are the losses over here for different sections. Once this is done, then you have to calculate the value of, see, sizing is done, diameter is known to you. Now we'll find out the value of total pressure losses. How you will calculate? We will calculate again by taking the delta P of F for section A is known to you. Similarly, for the value of delta P of F will be eligible for A. Then the fitting losses total delta P of B to E will be considered for fitting, plus that SP plus VP that we have considered earlier for outlet E, that also be considered here. Take the value of these and you'll find out the value of this, including elbow also. Please keep in your mind the only friction losses will be considered here. Rest of the friction losses will be compensated by the regain factor. So we will not take whole pressure losses here. So only section A pressure losses will be taken here. Okay. Then solve this. We will get the value of 8.146 mm of water for this condition. Please keep in your mind when you are calculating the value of delta P for the fittings, that will be taken the respective value of PVs from this table itself, not from the previous table. Okay. So this is how you will calculate. Now you can compare this value of total for first case and compare in the second case what was the difference. So we had the value of in the first case, that was 8312, 8.312 in first case by using the equal friction method. There may be possibility also you can combine this method. Partially you can do for equal friction method, partially you can go for the static regain method, right? As far as the sizing is concerned, you may observe that this value remain constant for both the case. This value for, in this case it is 80 and this case it is 73.7. This case it is 72, earlier it is 66 now. It was 66, this is 57. And this was 52 for section E, it was 44 here. Then 48 is now 49, and this 39 become 31. So this, the sizing is also there. So you have to check which one is giving the better result here. If you'll compare these two, which one giving the better result? Yes,
SR method, sir.
SR method is giving better. Somehow it requires some better skill and bit time consuming. It is not as similar to simpler to the equal friction method. For the sake of simplicity, we generally use the simpler method of equal friction, which is most widely used. But more accurate and better answer you can get by using the static regain method. Only the effort level will be higher for the calculation point of view. Am I clear? Now, the same question if you solve for the third method, that if you are using equal friction method till section B and SR method for rest of the branches. Equal friction method till section B and rest of the branches will be done from there here. Now, can you solve this problem? कर सकते हो इसको? Yes or no? Now, for your understanding, I'll tell you about the data that how it is going to change. See, I am writing the third one. This value will be constant for again this one, but here it will be again constant to 73.7. It's coming to 73.7 again. This again you use the same equal friction method, so that will be 73.7 again instead of 80. This 72 is goes to 72 is goes to 69 here, 69 here. Then when this value 52 is going to 65 again for this method. If you're going for this one, is going to 51, 46 and 37. If you are saying this method is better, this method is not good or better, or you're comparing that method, then what you will find, you are only talking about the operating cost. You are not talking about the sizing or the initial cost. So you have to check that how much the amount of initial cost is going to increase and how much amount of operating cost is going to increase or decrease. Saying only this SR method is better based on the power requirement is not justifiable, right? Now you can see here we have increased the diameter from 57 from the equal friction method to 67 using the SR method. 10 centimeter diameter has been increased. Here you can see 6 centimeter diameter has been increased. Here it is almost 8 centimeter. Here it is almost same. Here it is 7 centimeter. So you are increasing the diameter. So material cost is going to increase over here. So you have to see the cost, space limitations and power requirement simultaneously, and you have to check. If you are changing the diameter from this to this, how much cost is going to add? And if you are having the power consumption this to this, yearly what is the power consumption saving over here, right? At the same time, if you want to design a compact system, so we will not going to prefer the higher diameter rather than using the more power consumption will be preferably. Is that clear? So it is better to use the high power consumption rather than using the large diameter to save the power. That again depends on your requirement and your preference. So that you have to check किस condition पे कहाँ पे which method is better. So only इसके basis पे नहीं कहना, we have to check this one also and find out कि अगर हम इतना diameter बढ़ाते हैं तो power में material cost कितना बढ़ने वाला है, right? And whether we are having or we can accommodate that size, because the size will take the space. A space limitation अगर आपके पास है तो we will not go for that one. We will go for the smaller size of diameter. Correct? Doesn't matter whether the power requirement is 10%, 20% higher than that. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. So I am expecting that using the equal friction method, use the equal friction method, and combination of these two will give some better answer also. Maybe better also, may not be better. That you have to check. Then you have another choice that you can solve this problem by taking A, B, C from the equal friction method, D, E, F, G from the SR static Regan method. 4 from the static Regan method, 3 from the equal friction method. Yeah, you can make a combination, you will get the better different answers over. Okay, so that you can compare and find out accordingly. Is that clear up to this? Any problem? Any doubt?
सर ये डेल्टा पी और डेल्टा एल एसआर के लिए कैसे फाइंड करना है?
डेल्टा
पी डेल्टा एल
ये वाला,
हाँ सर बॉक्स वाला.
दिस वन इज द समेशन ऑफ दिस ना, ये तो पुराना वाला है, इसको छोड़ दो. डेल्टा पी एफ ए वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड फ्रॉम ए सेक्शन. ए सेक्शन के लिए निकाल लो, ए सेक्शन का लेंथ कितना है, 12 मीटर. सो डेल्टा पी एफ एल ये तो आपको पता है ना, ये आपने पहले कैलकुलेट कर रखा है. पर मीटर लेंथ मल्टीप्लाइड बाय लेंथ कर दो ए सेक्शन का, हो गया, ये मिल जाएगा, जैसा नो। और बी टू ई के लिए जो आपका डायनेमिक लॉसेस है दैट फिटिंग का है। सो सेम जैसे पहले आपने किया था, फिटिंग बी टू सी, सी टू डी, डी टू ई एंड द एल्बो एट डी, वो आपने पहले किया है। द ओनली वैल्यू इज गोइंग टू चेंज, पीवी की वैल्यू चेंज हो गई यहाँ पे, राइट।
यस सर।
एंड एसी एसपी आपको दिया हुआ है 3 mm ऑफ वाटर, और ये आपने कैलकुलेट किया, लास्ट में कैलकुलेट किया होगा ई सेक्शन में। देखो ई सेक्शन में कितना आया है, 0.765। आ तो गया, और क्या बचा है, सबको समेशन कर लो, आ गया सर, ठीक है।
ओके।
एनी अदर?
सर वो लास्ट वाला समझाओ ना, कॉम्बिनेशन वाला, EF और SR का।
EF और SR का कॉम्बिनेशन वाला ऐसा है, देखो अभी तक, अभी फर्स्ट में हमने क्या किया था, देखो अभी क्या था, सिर्फ ये वाला इक्वल फ्रिक्शन मेथड से आपने सॉल्व किया था, राइट राइट, एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स हैज बीन सॉल्व फ्रॉम SR मेथड। नाउ ए और बी दोनों को आप इक्वल फ्रिक्शन से सॉल्व करो, राइट। एंड सी से स्टार्ट करो आप इक्वल फ्रिक्शन, एजम्पशन जहां ले रहे हैं वो सी से स्टार्ट करो। सो जो बी का हमने जो उसके लिए पिछला सॉल्व किया है वही सेम सॉल्व करेंगे इसमें, ए और बी दोनों के लिए, राइट। अब आपका फ्रिक्शन लॉसेस जो होगा वो ए की जगह ए और बी दोनों का हो जाएगा, बाकी चीजें सेम हो जाएगी। आपको यहाँ से सी से चालू होगा, बी बी सी सबके लिए डायनेमिक लॉसेस तो ये सेम रहेगा, इसमें कुछ चेंज नहीं आएगा, वैल्यूज चेंज होंगी बस। आर यू गेटिंग दिस और नॉट?
यस सर, यस।
गॉट इट? अब आपको तीसरा ऑप्शन देता हूँ कि मैं यहाँ तक आप इक्वल फ्रिक्शन यूज करो, बाकी आप स्टैटिक रिएक्टेंस यूज करो, राइट। सो
यस सर।
अब आपका जो एक टास्क और है जिसमें आपको क्या करना है कि यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट सम केस स्टडी ऑफ डक्टिंग, ठीक है। और उस डक्टिंग का सिर्फ क्या लोगे आप डेटा, आप डेटा लोगे सिर्फ ये स्कीमेटिक वाला, ये वाला, ये डेटा लोगे आप, मैंने ये सॉल्व किया। ऐसा एक डक्टिंग का आपको सिस्टम किसी भी पेपर से, किसी बुक से, कहीं से फाइंड करिए, एंड उसके ऊपर जो हमने कैलकुलेशन सीखा है वो तीनों कैलकुलेशन अप्लाई करके उसका सोल्यूशन निकालिए। गॉट इट? तो आपको प्रॉब्लम सर्च करना है, नॉट सॉल्यूशन। सॉल्यूशन का मेथड हमने बता दिया, यू कैन आल्सो डू दिस, करेक्ट, एंड दिस इज सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम। तो सेकंड वाला कॉम्बिनेशन आप आराम से बना सकते हो। रादर यू कैन टेक बी की जगह सी तक लो एंड देन यू सॉल्व इट एंड चेक एंड कंपेयर हाउ मच चेंज इज देयर। एंड कैन यू टेल मी why this value is coming lower in case of static gradient method? Why this value is coming lower?
डायमीटर कम है सर,
yes,
साइज कम है सर उसकी।
साइज बड़ी हो जा रही है ना, साइज डायमीटर बढ़ रहा है ना, तो डायमीटर बढ़ने से प्रेशर लॉसेस कम हो जाती है, रीगेन हो जाता है। इफ यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द साइज द प्रेशर विल गोइंग टू रीगेन, जो लॉस हुआ है वो रीगेन कर लेता है, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट टोटल प्रेशर लॉस आपका कम हो जाता है। गॉट इट? तो अलग अलग कॉम्बिनेशन से बनाना चालू करो, आपको मिल जाएगा अलग अलग कंडीशंस, ओके। सो एक बार आप बाकी का भी सॉल्व करो, ये क्वेश्चन जो आपका दिया हुआ है थर्ड कैटेगरी के लिए उसके लिए सॉल्व करके देखो। देन क्या करो, आप बी की जगह सी तक इक्वल फ्रिक्शन से सॉल्व करो, एंड डी ई एफ जी को आप इनसे सॉल्व करो, आपको फिर से डिफरेंस मिलेगा, एंड यू कैन चेक अलग अलग कंडीशन में कैसे आ रहा है, ठीक है। So this you can do. So I have discussed about this one, about transmission and distribution system, sizing of duct and power finding of the power. Now your next will be coming as clean room. Next में हम clean room के बारे में discuss करेंगे. This is very important. Nowadays it is important, especially when you are designing any air conditioning system for hospital, ICU, or sophisticated manufacturing plants which required very high accuracy. Then somewhere in case of pharmaceutical industries R&D labs, they required very high clean room because small or micro level of contaminants can change the result. So in this case, that required clean room technology. So we'll discuss about the clean room technology for next class. Is till that any problem till this point?
No, sir.
Okay. As of now, whatever the lectures we have done, you're finding something different than BTech level, or we are still in the BTech level? कुछ अलग मतलब I mean एडवांस में जा रहा है कि नहीं जा रहा है?
जा रहे हैं सर.
Yes, sir.
Others?
जा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं.
Okay. Should not be like a repetition of BTech level, right? Otherwise,
Yes,
there
sir.
is no meaning of this course. So we'll talk about the clean room technology and different type of clean room technology for these conditions. Okay, in the next class. When it is our class? Next class is on when? Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, right? Okay. One thing I want to change, if possible, can we take today's class at 11:45 permanently?
Yes, sir.
Any other courses are placing or timetable? As for my understanding, which I have seen, that slot is free for you, right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes.
So can we keep shift this to 11:45 so that we can free in the early time, right? And tomorrow class is on Wednesday. Wednesday is morning time, right? 9 o'clock. What about the next class for you? 10:30. Do you have classes 10:30, 11:45? Okay. So let us keep as it is. Okay. We'll keep as it is, right? We'll keep as it is. And what about Friday? Friday again we are having morning classes, right?
Yes, sir. Friday को भी है पर सर एडवांस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना.
नहीं हमारी हमारी क्लासेस मॉर्निंग होती है ना फ्राइडे.
हाँ सर मॉर्निंग में.
9 करेक्ट ठीक है. लेट अस कीप एज इट इज. विल नॉट चेंज इट. ओके. चलो देन विल discuss the clean room technology next class. Okay.
Hello.